Then let us begin with today's webinar. So, thank you so much once again for joining. And today is going to be a very, very special webinar because it's a very special product launch that India has been waiting for really, really long. So, the most awaited, most anticipated product is finally in India. And I am more than happy to present it to all of you today. So, on that note, let us begin today's webinar. Okay, before I move ahead, can you all quickly confirm if I am audible to all of you and you can see my screen and I'm visible? Can all of you just confirm in the chat box? Maybe just write a yes in the chat box so I know that I'm audible because I got a lot of no audio messages a couple of minutes back. Maybe because we were not speaking. But now am I audible? Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, great, great, great. Thank you so much for confirming. So, for people who don't know me, my name is Sakshi Mishra, and I'm the Scientific Marketing Manager at NHT Global. I handle and take care of all things product. So, when I present to you this product that we're going to talk about today, let me put it to you in a way that this product is actually like my baby. I have actually helped in the formulation of the product because we had to take care of the Indian standards while making the product, the packaging, the labeling, the import, the offers that you're going to see today. So it's a very beautiful journey that we've had with this product, a long one, actually a little too long than what we expected. So thank you so much for being with us till now to actually welcome the product with all of us. All right. So thank you so much for that. And for people who don't know me, once again, I'm Sakshi, and I think most of you that I see, I have met you in some form, maybe on call or person to person or on webinars. But I'm glad to see some new faces as well. So, on that note, let us now see what is the product about and what exactly should we expect in today's webinar. So, all right. So, before I talk about what to expect, let us all together officially launch Collagen. So, here we go. Let's celebrate it in the chat box for now. And then we can maybe celebrate it in person as well. Introducing the all new Collagen Supreme for all of you. It's now available in your back office. And today is going to be a webinar where we are going to talk about the product, how to use the product, what are the ingredients in the product, what are the benefits, why is the NHT Global Collagen Supreme so different from the regular collagen that you get in the shelves of the pharmacy, and all of this from the formulator himself. So Dr. Ben is going to join us, and I'm going to have an interview with him wherein he's going to actually talk about the product that he has made and is going to give you all the tips and tricks to use it in the most best form, in the most optimum form. So that is the webinar for today. Before we jump in and actually start talking about it, we have actually made a very small video explaining the product. It's a small sizzle video that I would like to play for all of you so that you get an idea of what the product is, and then you can hear him from the formulator itself. All right. So here is the video for all of you. All right, so that was a little sizzle video about what exactly the product is. So now that you know a little bit about it, are you all excited to know more about collagen? Are you all in to know more about it? Maybe a yes on the chat box, everyone. Are you all excited to know more about collagen? So I'm trying to keep this as interactive as I can, even though you cannot speak because it's a webinar format. But I would love if you people keep interacting with me in the chat box so that I know that you can listen to me, hear me, and we are all on the same page. Perfect, perfect. I got a lot of yeses. Awesome. That's really nice. All right. So on that note, let us go to the next segment for now. And that segment is a very, very interesting segment. Usually, I have it towards the end of the webinar, but this time we are going to do it right away. So, this is a little quiz that we are going to play with all of you. This is with two things in mind. One, I want to break the ice right now so that we are, interacting with each other and we are all ready to learn more things. And two, I want to give all of you a chance to try Collagen Supreme absolutely free. So this is a chance wherein you can participate in this quiz, and the person who or any attendee who gives the right answers, the maximum right answers, will be the winner. All right. So it's a very simple format. I will give you a question, and there will be a few options. You have to type the right answer to me in the chat box. However, I will restrict the chat box to only the host so that only I can see your answers because I do not want a lot of cheating happening. So I am going to only restrict you to host and panelists so that you can chat only to me so that I can see your answers. All right. And once you have participated and the quiz is over, that is where I'll give you the right answers. And whoever wins, we will decide it, say, after the webinar, we'll just download the report, see who has won. And whoever wins gets a free Collagen Supreme, absolutely free. So, are you all ready to participate in the quiz? Are the rules clear? Is everyone ready to participate in the quiz? Perfect, perfect. I see a lot of yeses. Awesome. Which means you all are prepped up to participate. Let's move on. Let's go to the first question for today. All right. So here comes the first question. True or false? Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. True or false? Whatever you think the answer is, please put it on the chat box. I will receive all your answers. And towards the end of the webinar, once we are done, I will download a report and I will announce the winner later on our social media platform. So please feel free to put your answers on the chat box. I would encourage all of you to participate. You may or may not know the right answer, but you should definitely participate. So, this is more like a fun quiz. So, you can all just try your luck, maybe. So, true or false, collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. All right, I've received a lot of answers already. Great. So, I move on to the next question, question two. Here's the question two in front of all of you. Which areas of our health is collagen needed for? I repeat, which areas of our health is collagen needed for? And you see all the options down. You can just call it A, B, C, D, E. A, joints. B, skin. C, bones. D, hair, nails. And E, all of the above. All of you can put in your answers in the chat box. Which of our health is collagen needed for? Okay, so I'm getting so many interesting answers. Good to see that all of you are participating. We'll very soon see that what is the right answer. Moving on to question number three. How many different types of collagen are there? The question is very simple. How many different types of collagen are there? And your options are A 1 to 3, B 3 to 5, C 5 to 10, and D more than 10. I repeat, how many different types of collagen are there? Put your answers on the chat box and let us see if you are right. So it's an interesting way to see that how much do you know about collagen before the webinar, before we actually explaining you about the product and Dr. Ben talks to you about it. How much do you already know about collagen? So it's a very interesting way for us to know that how much is our audience aware. Interesting. I've got so many answers. Amazing, amazing. All right, so that is the question three for you. Moving forward to the next question, question number four. This is the question four for all of you. At what age do we start to lose collagen? I repeat, at what age do we start to lose collagen? A teens, B 20s, C 30s, and D 40s. What is the age where you actually start to lose collagen? Please drop your answers in the chat box. At what age do we start to lose collagen? Awesome. I'm getting a lot of answers. Great, great, great. Good job. Now I'm moving forward to the last question of the quiz, question number five. Okay, I'm still getting answers. I'll wait for another 10 seconds. You all can answer the question four, and then I'll move to question five. Another 10 seconds. Okay, let's move to question five. Question number five is true or false? And the statement is collagen levels in the body can be restored. I repeat, true or false? Collagen levels in the body can be restored. This just means that if you lose collagen, can you restore it in your body? Can you replenish the levels of collagen? True or false? This is the last question. If you haven't tried already, this is your last chance to try and see whether you can maybe be one of the winners. Okay, I have already received a lot of answers. Awesome, great. And okay, another 10 seconds. I'm still receiving. After 10 seconds, I am going to switch off the chat box so that we lock in these answers with us. Okay, and so that, then I can reveal the right answers for all of you. Another 10 seconds, and then we lock in the chat box. Have you all participated? Okay, I see a lot of answers. Perfect. I think we are good to go now. Let me switch off the chat box and let me then show you what are the correct answers. All right, perfect. So the chat box is unavailable right now because I've switched it off. I will switch it on once I have disclosed the correct answers. All right. So here are the correct answers. The question number one, the answer was true. Collagen is definitely the most abundant protein in the human body. So the answer was true for question number one. For question number two, which areas of our health is collagen needed for? The answer is all of the above. I saw a lot of you writing skin, and that is definitely right. But collagen is much, much more than that. We usually have a myth and we relate collagen to only skin, but definitely skin is one of the most important target areas of collagen. But the others, joints, bones, hairs, nails, all of it is something that collagen actually impacts, and that is the reason the answer is all of the above. You'll know more about it when I actually talk to Dr. Ben, and he'll explain you the benefits that the product has to offer, so you'll know more about it. So that's for question two. For question three, the answer is more than 10. That's interesting because we usually do not know that there are so many types of collagen. So it's not just one or two or three. There are more than 10 types of collagen, and that's the right answer. Then moving forward, I'll go to the next question. Question number four, and the answer is 20s. Now, again, what is the age group in which you start losing collagen? A lot of people think that this is for somebody who is age, in middle 40s, middle 50s, etc. But that's not the case. You actually start losing collagen early 20s, or I should say in late 20s is the right way, where you actually start losing a little bit of collagen, and then it actually keeps on increasing with your age. But it begins in your 20s itself. And that is the reason the answer is 20s for this question. Last question, question number five. The question was, can the collagen levels in the body be restored? True or false? And the answer is true. Definitely, the collagen levels in the body can be restored. So these are all the answers of all the five questions. And I'm sure all of you are seeing that whether I gave the right answer or not. So I hope a lot of you have given right answers. We want to give you, a chance to experience collagen for yourself. So whoever is the winner of this quiz, after the webinar, I will download the report and I will identify who has given the maximum right answers. Whoever is the winner will be announced on our social media channel, and that person will get a Collagen Supreme absolutely free. All right. So, on that note, we have done the quiz and we are all pepped up to know more about collagen, learn more about collagen. So, I am opening the chat box once again so that I can again chat with all of you. Okay, the chat box is open now. Did you all have fun playing the quiz? Did you all actually have fun playing the quiz? Can you all just say yes on the chat box, everyone? Awesome, awesome, great. I'm happy so many of you participated. It's going to be a tough choice to pick up a winner. So let's see who wins and who gets the Collagen Supreme. All right, so on that note, here is the time we all have been waiting for. So I would like to invite our guest speaker tonight, the product formulator of Collagen Supreme itself. So I am very, very glad to call upon Dr. Benjamin to address all of our Indian audience. Our members have been waiting for this day to talk to you and learn more about collagen. So he is a doctor himself who has curated not just collagen, but a lot of our top seller products. So your favorite products, your Triotein, Omega, Stem Renu, and now collagen. All of these products that you see in India come from his brains. So it's actually the brainchild of Dr. Ben. So, Dr. Ben, are you around?
I am right here. Hi there, Sakshi.
Hi, Dr. Ben. Welcome to the webinar. Thank you so much for taking the time for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so very much for having me, and welcome and good evening to all of the guests. It's just nothing but an honor and a privilege to be with you here this evening. And my warmest wishes also to those who are guests and here maybe for the first time and just learning about their health and wellness and how to take control of their bodies and how to really take the next step in promoting wellness for their lives and for those that they love. So I'm so thoroughly excited to be visiting this evening about the new Collagen Supreme, but more importantly, about how it works in your body, how collagen as a key structural scaffold in your body, and for you to understand its importance in your health and wellness. So one thing, Sakshi, I'm going to have you control the slides, if that's okay. Had a little bit of some technical glitch on my end, so I just want to make sure we don't run into any issues. So I'll have you advance the slides as we go along, and I'll be here just talking, okay, if that sounds good.
All
And here
right,
I've got my
perfect.
video started, so excited to see you all today.
All right, perfect. No worries. I will take care of the slides. And thank you so much once again for joining us.
Of course, of course. So one of the first things I want everyone to understand about collagen and about their bodies is a key and core concept in health and wellness today. And that is collagen is a major protein in your body. In fact, it's the most abundant protein in your body. And when it comes to collagen, although there are different types, type 1 is the most abundant. And it's all over. It's in your skin, it's in your tendons, your ligaments, your bones, gums, even the cornea of your eyes. Now, what's funny is that we could have kept going with this third point here on the screen. In fact, collagen is incorporated into the intestines of your gut. It's incorporated into your blood vessels. In fact, it is incorporated into your muscles as well. So it is actually all throughout the body. We find it in different areas and different concentrations in different areas. For example, if I asked you, what percent of your skin is type 1 collagen? So just think in your head a little bit. Now, the answer is on the screen, of course, but what's interesting is that 70% of your skin is type 1 collagen. And in fact, when it comes to our ligaments and tendons, like in our shoulders or our elbows, we think about tendons and ligaments and injury in sport, or as we age, we find 75% of really the pulley system in our body, the ligaments and tendons, are made up of type 1 collagen. 90% of organic matter in our bone outside of the minerals, 80% of our gum, and for the health of our teeth. In fact, think about gums and think about your, say, for example, your grandparents or others who are older in age. You'll notice their gums recede or grow back. And we see more exposure of the base of the tooth and nerve roots. And it also, it causes a greater incidence of infection into the teeth and the overall oral structure. So that's a major problem as we age. We also know that it plays a key role for our hair and overall skin, just the elasticity and hydration, the overall hair follicle health of our hair. So we have to have a healthy substrate for all of our, really, the hair follicles to grow in and within and really to be in balance with their environment. And so what I want you to take away from that slide is that collagen is a key structural component in your body. It maintains the structural integrity of your body, and it's essential in so many different areas of your body's health. And you see several of these that I touched on: joints and tendons, bone, skin, hair and nails, teeth and gums. We can add our gut, and we can also add blood vessels. So it's very, very critical for us to understand that it is throughout our body. Now, I want you to think about your home where you live. And in your home, there are walls. And if we took the drywall or the covering right here on this wall behind me, if we took that covering off, we would find studs, pieces of wood or metal within the wall. And that really is a structural scaffold. It really is the framework where we attach things for our home really to stand sturdy and strong over time. Now, let me ask you a question. If I came to your home for dinner and I said, hey, can I cut a hole in your wall, and would you allow me to start taking out pieces of your wall, the studs, those pieces of wood or metal that provide the structural integrity of your home? Sakshi, would you let me do this at your house?
No, maybe not.
No, no, you wouldn't, right? You would not let me do that. And so it's critical to understand that that is actually what happens as we age. In fact, we start to lose that structural scaffold, really like the studs in our wall. If they start coming out of the walls in our home, what would happen to our home? It would get wobbly. The walls would sag. They might fall down. It wouldn't be structurally safe or sound. Rodents might be able to get in, right? It'd be easier because maybe the wall is sagging or broken or torn. Well, that's a perfect example of what happens in our body as we lose collagen as we age. So let's go on to the next slide and talk a little bit more really about some of these changes as our body goes through time. And as we mentioned earlier, there are multiple types of collagen in our body, and they're all important. But what I want you to remember is that type 1 is the most abundant type of collagen in your body. When we say the main type, again, composing about 30 to 40% of all the proteins in your body. And again, it's the main one in skin, tendons, ligaments, and bones. So critically important. And in our formula, we focused on that type 1 as that primary collagen that we are using. But there is a major problem as we age, and that is collagen production drastically slows down after age 30. Not only does it slow, but we can also have accelerated loss, meaning that collagen is continually broke down. On a daily basis, our bodies are under stress and strain, and so we have this natural balance of collagen degradation and collagen production. And what we want is for them to be equal, right? We want to maintain balance, but unfortunately, as we age, we find that destruction, represented by this hand, destruction or loss of collagen occurs faster than our body is able to replace it. So therefore, over time, we get this big gap. And so this gap between my fingers represents the delta or change in collagen loss over time. And that starts really in our late 20s, early 30s is when we start to see this change in collagen not staying really balanced in terms of what we break down and what we synthesize and replace. So we wind up in what is called the collagen deficit. And as we age, we see this dramatic loss of collagen. And so how fast does this happen? Well, it occurs between 1 and 1.5% per year, starting at age 30. And this loss can be accelerated also by poor lifestyle choices, such as smoking, for example, poor skin habits, exposure to sunlight. These things can accelerate it. And on top of that, also nutritional factors can accelerate. If we aren't supporting collagen production, collagen protection, appropriate hydration of our bodies, then we find that that loss can be even faster in the body. So I want you to think back to your class reunions. So here in America, about every 10 years or so, they'll have a class reunion where you'll go back and you'll see all your classmates from school or from high school or college. But what's interesting is it happens about every 10 years. And so as you go back to these events, you see people and their bodies and how they change. And you know, starting at age 30, everyone kind of look the same, but then 40, oh wow, some people are really changing. The 50-year-old, right? People at that anniversary of going to, say, for example, your maybe 30-year anniversary from graduating high school or something, people really start to change. And so what's interesting is these school events that happen about every 10 years of a reunion or seeing people, it really is a dramatic, very, very dramatic representation of the changes that are happening in some people's bodies, and in some faster than others. And we walk away from some of these events saying, wow, My friend John, for example, he really aged the last 10 years. Why? Well, that's a representation. What we see on the outside is truly a representation of what's happening on the inside. And so by decade or every 10 years, our body is losing about 10 to 15% of the structural collagen all woven throughout our bodies. Now think back to your home. If you were losing 10 to 15% of all the structural components in the wall every 10 to 15 years, by the time that you got to 60, 70, 80, your home would be pretty wobbly or even unsafe. And so it really is a major factor that we need to address in a nutritional wellness and really in medical and healthcare. The discussion and the importance of collagen is really becoming to the forefront. We have to address age-related collagen loss. Why? Well, for starters, we see it on the outside. We see more fine lines and wrinkles in our face. We see weak or thinning hair, sagging skin, brittle nails, and joint and bone discomfort. But we also see other things. We also see scars or injury taking longer for our body to heal. We may see it manifest, for example, in going for just a basic run or walk, and we come back like, wow, my body's really sore. We also see when individuals may have health procedures that they may not go as well or as smooth because the body on multiple levels, from their intestines to their blood vessels, to their skin, to their tissue and muscle, all of these things are impacted. So while we talk about collagen for beauty, I want you to think so much more than that. I want you to think about your joint health. I want you to think about bones and blood vessels, your gut, because it impacts all throughout your body. And I want to tell one quick story, and that is about my grandma. And we called her Grandma Kay. And Grandma Kay, she was a wonderful grandma, and she passed when she was 83 years old. And I still remember going and seeing my grandma, and I remember seeing the skin on her hand. And the skin was paper thin. Paper thin. When she would get a cut, it would flop back, and I remember seeing it. And she would wear these Band-Aids. But I remember thinking, wow, her skin is so thin. And I could see the blood vessels, and I could see her tendons, and I could just, it was like looking through a glass window. It was so thin and transparent. Why? It wasn't because Grandma Ray was outside in a bunch of sun. It wasn't because the gravity, when we think about aging, people talk about, oh, gravity is going to pull my skin down. It does. The sun is going to age us. Yes, it does. However, it doesn't thin our skin. The reason the reason that Grandma Kay's skin was so thin was because she had lost all that structural scaffold of the collagen. It was a major component. So that's a very graphic and very real story, and we all can relate to that, and we probably have someone in our lives. But that's a very real example of how our bodies change. So this slide here, we need to take action to address these unwanted changes. And whether you do that with the NHT Collagen Supreme product or another, truly, from all of us here, we hope that today we will earn your trust and that you will choose one of the world's very best formulas for collagen health that you can put into your body. And that is our Collagen Supreme that we're going to be introducing and that I formulated and that I use every day. However, regardless of which product you use, I need you to take a stand and take action in your life. You need to do something. You need to address age-related collagen loss. And in my opinion, one of the very best ways you can do that is with our new NHT Collagen Supreme formula.
Wow,
Truly
thank
a
you for that as well.
world-class
Thank you for
formula.
explaining the importance of collagen so amazingly well. Now I know that why collagen is so important, and people all over the world are just talking about how important it is for our skin and for so many other, parts of our body. We just conducted a quiz some time back, and a lot of people just chose the word skin as the benefit of collagen. So now they
Right.
know that why there are so many many more benefits. Thank you so much for explaining this. And now that we are talking about NHT Global's Collagen Supreme, I would like to ask you that how does this formula work? What is the mechanism of action behind this?
Absolutely, Sakshi. We're going to go into the details of how it works, what makes it different, and what makes this a world-class formula. In this slide right here, there are 4 things I want you to remember. And that's how it works, what I like to call the mechanisms of action. Kind of a technical term, but how does it work? It works through 4 ways. 1, direct collagen supplementation and replacement. So we're going to directly replace through collagen supplementation itself, getting a very specific type of that type 1 collagen back into our bodies. And we've proven, and it's been shown, that it will make a difference on histology, meaning under the microscope, we can see improvements. Next, we think about nutrients to support collagen production. You see, for our bodies to have a healthy level of collagen and really that collagen framework, it's not just about collagen. It's about other substances around it. Think about playing soccer or cricket or your favorite sport. It's not just one player, it's many players that make up a team. So a team has to have the most valuable players. And so we put the most valuable players, or MVPs, together all in one formula to support collagen production. And that's the second way that it works, other nutrient cofactors. The third way the formula works is through moisture retention. You see, our body, all of our tissues, and collagen, in order for it to be healthy, it needs to have appropriate moisture levels. And moisture really means water. And there's a very specific substance called hyaluronic acid. It absorbs its own weight in water over 1,000 times its own weight. And it's what helps keep our tissues full and plump and healthy and hydrated. And lastly, the fourth way is we want to protect it. We want to protect the collagen framework from degradation. And we do that through the presence of antioxidants. So let's go into the individual ingredients.
All right, so now that we know the mechanism of action, we would like to know that why did you actually choose only marine collagen to make this formula and no other type of collagen?
Again, another great question. First, we chose the marine collagen for the Collagen Supreme for a very couple specific reasons. First and foremost, it's an excellent source of type 1 collagen. It's very clean, pure. It's very, very well accepted from a cultural standpoint, meaning that, using a beef-based collagen, some people don't eat beef or animal-derived products. So for those individuals, using a marine-based or a fish collagen fits culturally well around the world. Next, it has a smaller particle size with better absorption and bioavailability. So the fish collagen that we use as it relates to Dalton size is very, very appropriate for higher absorption and use by the body, as well as the type of collagen we use is patented and clinically tested. It has well-documented benefits for skin beauty and overall body wellness. So it really is a superior form, and also in partnering with the organizations to ensure that it is harvested environmentally friendly, making sure and tracing production all the way through from contaminants. The collagen is tested, again, for over 1,000 different contaminants. So it's very, very important. Safety for people's bodies, when we put things into our bodies, we need to make sure that they are safe and pure and also consistent, right? We need to have consistent production behind it that's well documented and safe from trusted partners. So all of those criteria were met, and that's why we chose the fish marine collagen.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Sakshi.
Yeah. So, like you spoke about, what type of collagen have we chosen? So, what is the process that we use to hydrolyze it? And can you talk a little bit more about the hydrolyzed marine collagen?
Right. So what does hydrolyze mean? So hydrolyze is a processing step where we make the collagen peptides more available for use by the body. And that just means that in individuals who may be health challenged, individuals who may be older, we know that it will go to work quicker, sooner, and has a greater likelihood of use by the body. You see, as we age, our body becomes less efficient when it comes to nutrient absorption and digestion overall. It's interesting, you never really run into a little kid who has heartburn or significant tummy troubles after eating. When we think about adults, especially older adults, they can have many issues with digestion, their bowels, mealtime challenges or afterward, acid reflux and other issues that are more severe. And so we use the hydrolyze, which really just means a couple steps down the road of digestion. We use enzymatic processing. So it just simply means that it is more ready to be used by the body and is a key question people want to ask on saying, well, is the collagen hydrolyzed? Because that means my body can use it easier and it's more likely to see benefit.
Awesome. Nice. That's really nice. And what are the the clinical study that we've done? So what did the results of the clinical study show when it comes to Collagen Supreme? A lot of our members are waiting to know more about it.
Absolutely. So if you want to click on the slide there, we've got a couple different pictorials showing the outline of the study. So first off, the trial was set up as a double-blind placebo-controlled. And so what happened was we looked at individuals receiving the collagen and individuals not receiving Collagen Supreme, and using the marine collagen ingredient. And so we looked at different markers of health in skin. We looked at elasticity, and we also looked at skin hydration. And so you can look at, under the microscope and through photography, you can look at specific markers. And then we evaluated at 4 weeks and 8 weeks. And it was looking at collagen content as an endpoint and also looking at around the eye wrinkles, where we can look really at the depth of really the indentation of the skin, how far, the spread, and then looking at that under the microscope. And the dose that was used is the exact same dose that is present in Collagen Supreme for the type 1 marine hydrolyzed collagen peptides. And so if you go to the next slide, we can take a look at what we saw. And so the first thing we looked at was looking at the cheek as well as the skin around the eyes. One thing that's very important to notice is that when we think about markers of skin health, and I want to just look at oil content here is the first one. So you'll notice, so first off, which one is the marine collagen and which one is the placebo? So we'll find that the bar graphs in pink on the screen, those are the individuals who supplemented with the type 1 marine collagen. The group in gray were the individuals who did not. And what we saw was a statistically significant increase in certain markers. However, we also saw a decrease in one marker. And that, if you look, the first one that we talk about is oil content. Oil content in the skin, actually, we want it to be in balance. And so what we actually saw was oil content decreasing. Because although we want our skin to be hydrated and have natural barrier, we actually don't want excessive oil production. Excessive oil production is unhealthy. And so, interestingly enough, when we talk about collagen use for individuals when they're older, but actually a very interesting use that's very effective is using with teenagers as they're going through puberty, as they're hitting their growth spurt. Many individuals can struggle with acne. Or red spots on the face and pimples. And so what we find is we can find really a balancing of skin markers for individuals going through puberty with the use of collagen. So it's very exciting for teenagers too. And an application for younger individuals. My son, he's 14 years old, and I have lots of nieces and nephews, and they have used collagen for their skin health as their bodies have been changing. And so it's very, very effective and helpful. But so I wanted to point out, I guess I've spent a lot of time on oil content here, but just thinking about the health of our skin, not just about wrinkles, right?
Right.
So the oil content, actually, we saw more balanced both at the 4-week and the 8-week mark. This is a 4-week mark, an interim of what we see right here. So then the next markers of hydration, elasticity, and collagen content, you'll note that we saw in the pink bars all higher than the placebo. So we saw increased hydration, increased elasticity, and increased collagen content. And we saw that across the board. And so we're very, very excited that it wasn't just an improvement in elasticity, and we didn't see improvement in hydration. Or it wasn't just collagen content, but we actually saw improvement in multiple markers of skin health, because it's not just about one, it's again about the whole picture of skin health. And this here was at 4 weeks. If you go to the next slide, we can just talk a little bit more. These were some additional ones then in comparison as we look over a greater mark. This was at 8 weeks. We saw collagen content as compared to where they started. We saw that it was decreasing individuals with the placebo, and we saw an increase again in the skin around the eyes here in these specific graphs and markers here. So again, looking under the microscope, photographic examination. Here are some examples here. This is a little bit hard in looking at it to kind of decipher at first, but the one on the left is at time 0, and then we have at week 8. At first, you may say, well, I'm not really sure I see that big of a difference, but actually, you would score this electronically with a program that goes and overlays all of the individual fine lines and wrinkles. And what you'll notice when you look closer here on the left, you'll see a much greater patterning of the wrinkles all throughout. And when you look at the right, you'll see that it's less. And so what you do is you overlay this with a digital program that then has an equation for assessing, well, what's the area of the occurrence of in essence the creases or the depth of these in the skin. So this picture here represents showing that we have some changes and some modest changes in the skin within 8 weeks, and those only improve as time goes greater.
Wow, that's interesting. So this clinical study probably shows the best way that how we can actually see the results in our skin. So for all the people who are attending, know that this is a clinically studied formula, and this is what we see in the 8 weeks. And this is the 8-week challenge we've been talking about while talking about
Right.
collagen everywhere. So we'll talk more about it later. So this is the clinical study. Now, before moving ahead, I have a question for everyone attending. So all my attendees, I have a little quiz for you. Now, this quiz is not for a free gift. This is just generally a fun quiz for all of you. So I want all of you to participate and write your answers in the chat box. Which of these vitamins aid in synthesis of collagen in the body? Which of these vitamins aid in the synthesis of collagen in the body? In simple terms, what helps you to make collagen in your body? And there are options: vitamin D, A, C, E. What do you think is the right answer? Which vitamin helps you to make collagen in your body? Awesome. I can see a lot of answers pouring in. I would encourage all of you to participate. All right, I see a lot of answers. So I see a lot of people saying vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin A. Okay, I have all sorts of answers. Answer, Dr. Ben. So I think we should exactly tell them that what is the right answer. So the right answer is in front of you. The answer is vitamin C. And Dr. Ben, I'd request you to explain them that how vitamin C is important for us to make collagen in our body.
You bet. And I do have to say, Vitamin C is the most correct answer. So it's almost a little bit of a trick question now that I reflect on it. But the most correct answer was vitamin C. Of course, vitamin E, even vitamin D, they play a role in skin health. But the one that plays a major role in supporting collagen health and the most correct answer is vitamin C. And so why is that? Well, it actually works in two different ways. Number one, it's an antioxidant, right? So we think about it provides protection in helping to prevent degradation overall in tissues in the body. However, the most important way that it works for the promotion of collagen health is that it turns pro-collagen into active collagen. And so what do I mean by that? Well, your body, when it synthesizes or makes collagen, it actually needs to be fully activated. And it needs a key nutrient to do that, and that is vitamin C. And in fact, when we go back historically, there's a disease that's called scurvy, and that's a deficiency of vitamin C. And it actually came to the forefront when sailors would board boats and sail across the oceans. And they found that these sailors early on would get very, very sick after a couple months at sea. And so their teeth would start to fall out. They actually would get bruises all over their bodies. The bruising was their blood vessels breaking down and actually blood leaking out. Wow, it's very graphic, right? Very serious. And some of these sailors died, and it was common. And it was such a serious problem that they started to investigate, well, what's happening to our sailors? And so they started to look at different interventions. And so they brought people together to try to figure out why this was happening. But they noticed a correlation. And they noticed a correlation that when they brought fresh fruit like apples and oranges, onto the boats and barrels, that those sailors actually didn't develop this condition. And so that's because we find vitamin C present within those specific fruits that they were bringing on board. You see, vitamin C is needed for the gamma hydroxylation of pro-collagen to active collagen. So vitamin C is critical for your body in having that active form, that final step where it can go and form within that scaffold structure and really provide that structural support in the body. So vitamin C. And of course, we have a generous serving of vitamin C in each and every serving of Collagen Supreme. So that's one of the additional ingredients that's included in the Collagen Supreme formula. But it's critically important for your body's ability to have collagen and healthy collagen levels.
Awesome. That's nice. So now we know that why vitamin C is an ingredient in our Collagen Supreme as well. So we are not just making collagen, we are also making an active form of that for you so that your body can absorb it and then perform beautifully. So Dr. Ben, what are the other ingredients other than these two that you've already mentioned? What are the other ingredients that we've added in Collagen Supreme?
Great question again. If you advance to this slide here, we find that we have 9 powerful collagen supporting nutrients within the formulary. So we've already talked about the first one, and that is the hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides. Again, patented, clinically studied, proven benefit, working through direct collagen replacement in the formulary mechanism of action. Now we're moving towards, let's talk about those nutritional support cofactors that support our body's own production of collagen. And we just talked about vitamin C. Vitamin C is critical for, again, converting pro-collagen to active collagen in your body. And now we're going to touch on a few more. The zinc, the MSM, the chondroitin, the copper. So we've got several other ingredients we're going to talk about. So first off, let's talk about MSM. MSM stands for methylsulfonyl-methane, kind of a funny name. But actually what it is a source of sulfur for the body. And sulfur supports collagen synthesis and collagen stability. For years, it's been promoted for joint comfort and mobility. People have used MSM as an independent ingredient for joint health. We have a very generous amount of MSM all by itself, and you could see an improvement based on research that's already been performed in the area of nutritional science on the use of MSM for supporting skin health. It is a very powerful ingredient that by itself supports the body's own production of collagen, provides an essential nutrient that is critical for collagen formation, as well as has studies behind it. Next, chondroitin. So chondroitin sulfate is a very interesting substance. We've heard a lot about it for the health for in the joints when we think of cartilage. So cartilage in our body, chondroitin often went with that. However, it goes so much more than just the discussion of joint health and cartilage. It actually, chondroitin itself stimulates collagen production in your body. So it's giving messaging. It's also supporting nutrient to support collagen, the scaffold, collagen defenses, as well as production. So chondroitin sulfate is really a multi-action ingredient in the formula. It actually helps prevent degradation, it promotes production, and it also supports nutritive cofactor support. So it's a critical ingredient as well. When we look at this page, we see copper and zinc. And I want to, I tell a lot of stories. So one story that I want to bring up quickly, all right, is that when we think about collagen in general, people often think about Hollywood or they think about movie stars or beauty. But actually, collagen and collagen research started not for beauty. It actually started in wounds and wound healing. Now, I need to say that NHT products don't treat, reduce, or cure disease, but they do provide nutritional support for our body to do the right thing at the right time with the right nutrients. And so here we find copper and zinc. And when we think about how the body works, in the hospitals where I worked and in training, and we look and reflect back on patients who had been injured and had severe ulcers or had tissue damage through burns, God forbid, they were assigned nutritionists. And these nutritionists would ensure that they were receiving appropriate balance of certain vitamins, minerals, and other components so their collagen and skin could heal and grow back. Copper and zinc are critical for tissue health, for our skin and for collagen, right? Collagen's within our skin. And so we can't have healthy collagen if we don't have healthy levels of copper and zinc. Well, how do they work? Well, copper works by cross-linking. It helps literally lock in place. It's like pounding nails into the walls of the studs. It makes it strong. We need strong collagen, again, for structural support. When we think about zinc, zinc is a cofactor for production. Again, zinc is a helper ingredient for the body to make it. And so these two, I just want to stress that when we look back on the research and the history of collagen, it wasn't for beauty, it was to help people. And that's one of the things I also talk about when I give my talks around the world, is this is a formula that can help people with where they're at. You may have someone in your own life who needs nutritional support. I often talk about nutritional support for diabetics. Diabetics can have poor circulation. They may have non-healing chronic ulcers or sores. Again, our body needs nutritional support. And Collagen Supreme provides our body nutritional support to do the right thing, to care for itself so it can have a healthy and normal structure. Again, have healthy and normal body functions. And that's what we want in our bodies to promote health for the long term. So copper and zinc, critical for collagen health. Next, we talk about aloe vera gel. Beautiful picture here. This picture shows the inner fillet of the aloe itself. Within that inner fillet, we find signaling molecules. These signaling molecules help stimulate the body to produce more collagen. And we also know that for centuries, aloe has been used on the outside of the body, right? Nourishment of the skin and hair. So aloe has a long history, but here we find specific signaling, really polysaccharide, glucomanins, if we want to get technical, we find signaling components within aloe that have been tested in research trials that have been shown to help the body stimulate its own production, to turn up the volume on collagen production. Next, we have biotin. Biotin is really a corollary here because biotin, one, is an essential nutrient and it supports keratin production. And keratin really helps support the health of our hair, skin, and nails. And so biotin, if we have a deficiency of biotin, we can't have healthy keratin. And that is a substance that goes along with collagen and with the skin and our really the outer covering of our body to help us be healthy. And so it's included here really as a supportive nutrient in helping really a neighboring structural component in our body of keratin that works with collagen really for really that outer covering and scaffold health.
Awesome.
And finally, we have hyaluronic acid. And I just love this slide. I love it coming down and moving because it shows that we're talking about liquid. And hyaluronic acid is a substance that absorbs over 1,000 times its own weight in water. And so within our body, we have all these little pieces in our skin and through all of our tissues throughout our body, we have all these little molecules of hyaluronic acid. And hyaluronic acid is what helps our bodies hold on to water and keep our tissues hydrated. And in fact, again, another ingredient here where you could simply use the hyaluronic acid by itself to support skin health and overall body wellness. Individuals supplement with hyaluronic acid all by itself in capsule form. Well, you don't need to do that with Collagen Supreme because we have a clinically based amount that makes a difference in the body in the formula. And it is, again, helps our tissues stay plump and full. It supports healthy collagen and elastin. Elastin is another molecule in the body that really provides that elasticity, so our skin will snap back when we smile and otherwise. So hyaluronic acid is found within the skin matrix, and it supports skin hydration and moisture retention. Again, our tissues and collagen. If our tissue is dry, our skin is dry, we all know what happens. I mean, if you're dehydrated, your skin literally becomes cracked and dry. You can see it visually on your face. And that's when we use creams and lotions and otherwise to try to help get some of this moisture retention, to soothe, put oils or other things on our skin, because literally we have lost. But when you look at even athletes who may go for a long run or otherwise outside, if people have lost significant moisture in their body, you will see it in their skin. So hyaluronic acid helps to have that moisture present. We can't have healthy collagen without the presence of water. One 2-minute story, I promise, Sakshi, this will be done by midnight, okay? But when you make cement, there may be some folks on the line who've seen cement poured for sidewalks. And in the sidewalk, you'll see a metal framing, right? The metal steel. It's called rebar. And that goes down, or it'll be in the walls of buildings. And then they pour in this cement, and that cement is a mixture of a bunch of different things: gravel, sand, water, the cement structure itself. So cement is a mixture. And I like to think about that in collagen and the health of our skin and tissue, whereas that rebar or steel, that's the collagen structure. And then we've got these cofactors and nutrients like copper, zinc, chondroitin, MSM, aloe, that are really the filling in pieces. It's like adding the gravel and the silica and the other things that might make the cement be able to have a little bit of a flex to it. But you have to have water. You cannot make cement without water. It won't work. I mean, it literally won't set. It won't mix. You can't pour it. It's just a bunch of powder. And so, again, when we think about how the body works, we know when when we think about what the body's made of, the body's mainly water. So we need to have water within our tissues. Hyaluronic acid is critical. But what's interesting about hyaluronic acid is that we actually lose hyaluronic acid. The molecule, hyaluronic acid levels in our body decrease faster than collagen. So an effective collagen formula needs to have hyaluronic acid, or someone needs to take additional hyaluronic acid in supplement form. In fact, by age 50, the average individual has lost 50% of the hyaluronic acid content in their body. Many people don't know this. And again, if we want a complete formula, if we want a supreme formula, going to the name Collagen Supreme, we need to think about hyaluronic acid. And that's why it's in the formula.
Wow. That's amazing. I think now we know that why it is called Collagen Supreme, because it has so much more than just collagen. So it's not just collagen. We have given it all the builders of collagen, support that collagen needs so that it can perform beautifully in the body. So that's
Absolutely.
really, really awesome. That's really nice. Now that we've seen all the ingredients and how does Collagen Supreme come together in that beautiful pink colored sachet, let us now understand that what are the benefits of Collagen Supreme. So Dr. Ben, if you could talk a little bit more about the benefits of Collagen Supreme.
So first off, I want people to think full body. Of course, this slide right here really talks and shows us here. It shows us really that replenishment and rebuilding. So when we started that slide, again, perfect, Sakshi. This is where it starts as we age. What we want to do is replenish with direct collagen, the nutrient cofactors, get the moisture in. You can look at those little purple items, like we can think of that as a hyaluronic acid. We see the little kind of burst of white, nutrient cofactors to help restore, to really address back a more youthful tissue and what I like to call structural integrity. And so what do we see in our body? We see more plump and full skin. We really see a decrease in the wrinkles. We see healthy healing. One of the things for myself, so I'm basically a year and a half from being 50 years old myself. And, as I've aged, I've noticed when I shave and I get a nick, it was taking longer to heal, or I'd get a cut on my leg, just taking longer for my body to do the normal and healthy thing. You'll notice a change in that, again, how our body responds to challenge. And so that was a very, in my 8-week challenge, so to speak, if you think about it like that, or what I've noticed in my life, and I've used collagen now for several years. So I've been experimenting and researching with collagen for years. And really the Collagen Supreme is a culmination of many years of that research and really a multimodality formula. But you'll notice a difference in the health of your skin, vibrant and healthy skin. You'll notice also in your joints, ligaments, tendons. We're finding in athletics and in professional athletes. Again, think of these players who are being paid millions of dollars. There's a heavy investment by sports teams and owners for these athletes to be healthy. Collagen is a core component of really their daily use for keeping themselves healthy and to address when they have challenges on the field. But it promotes healthy joints, bones, and connective tissue. I really want to talk about the back as well. Many of us have back issues as we age, myself included. I've played a ton of sports, and I'm still very active in sport. So I want to maintain that level of activity. But as we age, we get different injuries. We have different things happen. And so we all have different areas of our body that can be trouble spots. But Collagen Supreme helps promote healthy joints, bones, and connective tissue related to body mobility and flexibility. It helps us to move easier. It helps us to be more flexible and to maintain those activities of daily living. If you have an older adult in your life, my parents are 86, they're vibrant, they're active, they need collagen, they need the support of nutrients to help their body stay healthy. And so it's not just about beauty, but it's about promoting healthy joints and really that flexibility and mobility. But again, remember, type 1 collagen is found throughout. When we think about individuals struggling with bone health, Again, females struggle with bone health as they age, postmenopause more than men, and bone loss. So collagen is a part of, again, the structure of bone, and it can be a supportive nutrient that can be used with calcium and vitamin D and other lifestyle interventions and potentially medication if needed for helping women maintain or address challenges with their bones as they age. Cartilage health, of course, hair, skin, nails, very important. The other thing that I'll address is if individuals have injury to their skin and they're seeking a cosmetic result, again, from a scarring perspective, right? Again, we have to have healthy collagen levels, nutritive support for our body to heal when we may have a cut or injury to our skin. The other part, gums. We want healthy gums. 80% of our gum tissue is made up of collagen. Healthy gums equals healthy teeth. Also, our gut, again, are the intestinal aspects of our body has a content of type 1 collagen within the intestinal itself, the lining, the intestines themselves. So we need collagen to maintain health there. Our eyes, we talked about the cornea, and of course, muscle and strength. Collagen is a protein, and so type 1 collagen is found within our muscles. So again, it is full body benefit. People are excited about beauty, right? We all want to look and be the best version of ourselves. But I really want to stress to individuals that this is about your whole body. And my last one that is not on here is the blood vessels. The blood vessels within your body need collagen. So again, that inner lattice of the vessel themselves. But again, we all, when we look in the mirror, we want to see ourselves. So people are excited about that structural integrity of a hydrated skin, a youthful glow, looking more like ourselves. So when we look in the mirror, we say, I know that guy, I know that woman, right? It looks like me. So people are excited about that benefit. And of course, healthy skin, healthy collagen levels supports healthy hair and nails. So and on the hair side, that's one thing that people really are excited about, especially women. This is a wonderful formula that supports the health of the hair in the body as well.
Awesome. That means that it's a very versatile formula and it's going to help you in
Right.
whatever means that you need. Maybe somebody needs it for hair and somebody needs it for gums and maybe somebody needs it for skin and maybe somebody needs it for joints. So very versatile for maybe all the age groups
Right.
and for men and women both. So both of them can enjoy it.
And can't stress enough, and I know I said it before, but it's individuals need to do something to address age-related collagen loss in their bodies. It's going to happen whether we like it or not, right? So it's happening. The question is, what are we doing about it? And it wasn't talked about before. It really wasn't well understood or documented or even discussed. Now you can take continuing medical education classes and earn credits as a physician. I can go take courses on collagen loss in the body and get credit for it because it's coming to the forefront for doctors to better understand its importance. And so it's something that is recognized that as we age, as people are aging and living longer, that this is a key nutrient that affects so many things that really hasn't been talked about before. And it's critical.
Awesome, awesome. That's really nice. Now, could you also give us some features about collagen, in a gist?
Of course. So this is a very easy formula to use. First off, I want you to know that in the bottom right here corner, we see it's free of gluten, dairy, soy, artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners. It is a very, very natural formula. It's designed for daily use, so everyday use of this product, one packet, again, based on the clinical study amounts that were used when we looked at those slides in the beginning. We have that incorporated for the fish collagen hydrolyzed peptides, as well as other nutrient levels. So it is just a wonderful formula that addresses daily use and at levels that make a difference. It's a delicious raspberry lemonade. It's very light. I actually love using this when I work out as a refreshment. And to stay hydrated, I like how it tastes. It's keto friendly, paleo friendly, pescatarian, meaning fish. we're very excited about, just how user friendly it is for everyone. And calorie wise, it's only 15 calories per serving. And that was another key component. We wanted it to be something that when people took it, they didn't say, well, geez, I know it's good for me, but I'm also taking all these calories and now I'm gonna have to spend more time on the treadmill, right? And so I think that it's a formula that makes sense and is timely and really thoughtful. When you mix it up, it's one packet mixed with 6 to 8 ounces of water. It is important that you do put it in water that is not cold. The hyaluronic acid, if added to cold water, it can clump. Within 2 minutes, it'll all break down and become fully dissolved. But that being said, add it, sprinkle it in, open it, sprinkle it evenly, stir it up. Again, this is a very different collagen formula than others on the market where it has many ingredients with it. But it likes room temperature water. You can even put it in hot water if you wanted. So that's not a problem. So it's great, it's refreshing, and it's meant really for daily use. Again, make that decision daily of doing something great for your health.
Awesome. That's nice. That was my next question on how to use it. Now that you've told me how to use it, can you also tell our audience that what's the best time to use it? Like, is there a recommended time to use collagen?
The best time to use it is the best time that you can be consistent.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
And so what I mean by that is sometimes people will be like, well, I'm going to get in a health routine. I'm going to take it every morning. Well, maybe morning's not a good time for them because they're so busy getting out the door or kids or otherwise. Pick a time in your day that you can be consistent. I personally, I use mine in the morning. I work out in the morning. I'll take it after I work out or during my workout itself. So I very much, that's my routine. But so there, in terms of the day, the later you take it because you're adding with water, I usually don't encourage people to take it before bedtime because that may, taken with water, especially if they're older, it may cause them to have to get up and use the restroom. And I think in general strategy with nutrient supplementation, with using supplements for our health, that's actually something that isn't talked about much, but should be considered overall, is that if you're drinking all this water late in the day and you're an older adult, that may cause you some difficulty in the evening. I know my parents, for example, they try to limit their intake. My dad does not like taking big glasses of water before he goes to bed. So that's a consideration. So I would take it earlier in the day. And at a time that's consistent for you. You can mix it with a yogurt, for example. You can put it in yogurt, mix it in. You can put it in with a shake. You can put it in with a juice. You can put it in, you could even put it in with a tea if you wanted. I have some friends who add it to a tea and they mix it up in a tea. That's no problem. They might, an oolong tea. I've got friends who do that, or a more fruity tea, for example. People would do that, but the time that you can be consistent is the most important.
Awesome. That's nice. So we just have to identify that, okay, this is the time it works for me, and then keep taking it. So do you recommend taking it for at least 8 weeks in the beginning when the person starts consuming
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely. And just want to say our first goal in health, and many people, and this goes across all health categories, the first goal in health is to maintain what we have. It isn't necessarily always to have this dramatic improvement, right? Although many times we see that, but many times people themselves, I have to remind them, our first goal, we want to maintain where we're at and not go backward. Our next goal number 2 in your health, is to move forward in your health goals. They may be on a weight management program. They may be focusing on skin health. They may be focusing on joint comfort or bone mass density or other things. But it's really important to keep individuals motivated and feeling positive about themselves and positive about their health journey. And so I always remind people, hey, are we maintaining where you're at today from the last time I saw you? Okay, great. You're doing great. You're doing perfect. I'm so proud of you. Now let's talk about improvement. Stick with it. You'll get there. What are maybe some soft, subtle things you've noticed in your life? Hey, are you noticing, guys, when you're shaving? Hey, when you're working out, are your joints feeling better? What about your back? What about your skin when you're, taking pictures or something. I mean, it's fun when you see people and they say, "Wow, you look a little different. What are you doing?" You know, that's exciting to hear. And we have people all over the world saying that. But it's really about full body health. We do want to make a commitment and really absolutely take that 8 week commitment to yourself, then reevaluate. But the first goal is just maintaining what we have and not going backwards. Because over time, if we maintain and as we grow older chronologically in time, if we grow older, 50, 60, 70, 80, but if biologically we maintain where we are at, say the health, maybe we're 70 years old, but actually we feel like we're 55, right? Or we feel younger, and our body is biologically younger. And so that's really important to think about when people talk about assessing their health and where they're at. So absolutely, make that commitment, 8 weeks minimum.
Awesome. So I think all of you are making notes. This is your key to start looking younger so that people come and ask you, what are you doing so different with your body? And then you have the answer with you. So thank you for that, Dr. Ben. My next
One,
question to you is, what
Sakshi,
claims? Yeah, tell me.
I just want to say one thing. If there are singers, I didn't mention, I love singing, and but singing itself, the vocal cords have a high content type 1 collagen. So for singers, younger singers or professional singers even, because their voice can undergo significant strain in daily performance and otherwise, collagen is becoming a key nutrient for support for singers.
Wow, that's an interesting tip. So I think all of
Yeah,
us should
yeah,
make a note of this. Any budding
yes,
singers, anybody who is interested to do singing, especially in India, in a country like India, there are a lot of people who love to go for folk music and different types of music.
yes,
So I think that's a
right.
very, very good tip. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you bet.
Moving forward, Dr. Ben, what are the claims that we can make with Collagen Supreme?
So because Collagen Supreme, if you go to the next slide, because it has clinically tested and patented ingredients, we can say the following. It supports collagen and elastin production. It improves the appearance of skin elasticity and hydration. It diminishes the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, supports strong nails and hair, and promotes healthy joints, bones, and connective tissue. We can say all these things legally. They're backed by science, and they're very thoughtful. I think one of the best things that I can often share with people, when we stay grounded in science, when we stay grounded in common sense and logic, we never need to overhype or exaggerate, right? If we just focus on how the body works, I mean, when you sit down and say, hey, you're losing 10 to 15% of the collagen in your body every 10 years after age 30, what are you doing about it? How are you feeling? People know they're aging, right? We all feel it. So if we stay grounded in science and we stay grounded in how the body works, and stay really with these right here that have been proven, we'll be just fine. And we can feel good about the sharing.
Awesome. That's nice. So I hope all our members have taken the note of the product claims that you can make with the product. Product is going to speak for itself, but when you talk
Right.
about it, this is what you can tell your people, your family, your friends, relatives, etc. So, Dr. Ben, last but not the least, I have a very interesting question that a lot of members keep asking me, and that is that what are the other NHT global products which you can combine with Collagen Supreme and it will show you good results. So, which are those products and what do you recommend in product combinations?
Absolutely. Well, there's 3 primary ones that I recommend, and for very specific reasons, we have them here. So the first is the omega-3s. So omega-3s are those essential fatty acids. We know they're critical. We know our body needs them. And omega-3s play a role in the cellular membrane of every single cell in our body. And so they play a role in skin health critically. However, an additional component that they work on that I want people to remember is a healthy body response to inflammation. Healthy body response to inflammation. So our bodies, and when we think about skin, if our skin is red, inflamed, and angry and unhappy, that means the collagen has increased degradation likely. It means that our skin and the collagen structural and scaffold is under greater stress. And so the use of omega-3s really can help and have a calming effect on tissues in the body. And so a wonderful formula for helping the body in that regard. And as well from an immune standpoint, we find the omega-3s being immune calming. And so just, again, some people can struggle with their immune system being too active, right? Too active for their own bodies. And they can cause them problems. So the omega-3s cause a calming effect in our tissues and in the skin and collagen scaffold. So omega-3s, all right? Next, triatine. We know that triatine helps support glutathione synthesis in the body. Why is that important? Glutathione is a major antioxidant. It decreases as we age, and it has an overall protective effect in the body on tissues and detoxification. We also find specific amino acids in triatine that support skin health. So it supports that antioxidant system. It supports skin health and really tissue production, kind of like an additional nutrient cofactor, for example, with the cysteine within the triatine. And then immunity, right? Again, getting back to the immune system, we want a healthy immune system to support overall tissue and body health. But it's really hard to have healthy skin if our immune system isn't functioning properly. I mean, you'll note what I call skin discrepancy or skin signs when people have challenges with their immune system. So, and again, that glutathione, critical antioxidant detoxification as well as protection antioxidant system in the body that decreases as we age. And then finally, the stem renew. Why stem renew? Stem renew is critical and supports cellular renewal and signaling. And it's the signaling. Remember, a major component of the formula was to get the signals going for more collagen production, to support the body's own production of collagen. So we want cellular communication. So we get cellular renewal, that supports collagen synthesis, that supports healthy aging. So these three products here really work excellent in conjunction with the Collagen Supreme.
Awesome. That's nice. So I know that all of you love these three products already. Stemrenu is one of our best sellers, and Omega and Triotine have been there for India since the beginning. Now you have got a very good friend of all these three products, and you have Collagen Supreme with you. So now maybe you can leverage both of the combinations together and see the magic it creates in your body. Awesome. So I think with that, we are done with your session, Dr. Ben. Thank you so much for taking the time out and being such a lovely host for us. You have actually helped us understand Collagen Supreme in and out. And I'm sure now people not just know that why it is important, but also know the best way to use it, what is the best combination to use it, and why it is not just about skin, not just about beauty, but much, much more than that. So thank you so much once again. We are literally glad to have you. And I'm sure our audience really, really enjoyed this session. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Sakshi, and thank you everyone on the line. And I know there are other leaders who will be speaking and otherwise, and just my thanks to them as well. I just love teaching and training and helping people understand how they can take control of their own bodies for better health. So I wish I could stay on the line with you. I've got a busy day ahead. So your evening is my, we're in the middle of the morning here. So I've got to jump, but I want to say thank you to everyone, and thank you so very much for being here and joining me today. So enjoy the rest of your call, and be well until next time.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Ben. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. All right, people. So now that we know what Collagen Supreme is, we know the ingredients, benefits, everything right from the, formulator. So we have like first-hand information. I hope you've made good notes and you are all ready to explore the product and see what it can do for you. Now that we know about the product, let us have a look at the manufacturing process of Collagen Supreme. The video is made by Dr. Ben himself. So he's not here now, but you can definitely look at the manufacturing process so that you know that what all goes into making the Collagen Supreme. So here's the video for all of you. While watching the video, if you can hear it, please say a yes in the chat box so I know that you can hear the video.
Hello, NHT friends. Dr. Benjamin Baechler here, speaking to you from the worldwide headquarters of Immunonutrient Labs. We're located in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and our facility is truly world-class, with NSF certifications, FDA registration and inspection, and GMP certification. Here at INL, we actually develop and manufacture a variety of products for NHT. And one of the most recent innovations is the Collagen Supreme supplement, right here. And I'm standing right now next to the machine that is today going to produce Collagen Supreme. And I'd like to tell you a little bit more about what's going to happen. First, the collagen materials are acquired from only the highest quality sources. Our expert team of compounding professionals blend and mixes the powder in appropriate ratios in one of our stainless steel large mixers. The powder is then discharged into large stainless steel containers, and then our filling specialists take over. The powder is then filled into the hopper of this machine, where it is fed into 4 different filling lanes. The machine forms the film from the bottom up, actually around the powder, and then seals and cuts to the correct length. The top portion seal actually becomes the bottom of the next packet in each lane. It is quite fun to watch and an engineering feat. Along the way, the film of the packet is also lot coated, and a convenient perforation at the top of the packet is created, so you can easily tear it open when using. This state-of-the-art machine is quite robust, and it can then fill thousands of packets in just one shift. After made into packets, they are then carefully counted and packed off into bags. And of course, after full production, the samples are taken and enter into our quality analysis process. All production products are ensured for full safety and quality before shipping.
Awesome. So that was a little manufacturing video for all of you so that you know that what are the kind of hygienic standards, why do we call it a GMP, good manufacturing facility, good manufacturing practices certified facility. So that was a little gist of how collagen is made and what are you getting at your place when you order a packet. So now that we know about the collagen, how it's made. Now coming to the most interesting section, which for what all of you must be waiting for.
Hello.
And that is going to be the revelation of the price and BV of the product. So the Collagen Supreme in India is a 15 stick pack. So each packet comes with 15 sticks and you can use it daily for your overall well-being, like Dr. Ben said. And the MRP of the product is rupees 6,066. That's the MRP of the product. One particular product is going to give you 15 BVs. So one packet is going to give you 15 BVs. And the gold price, so if you are a gold member or if you are a platinum member, you get a discount on the product, and that is rupees 3599 plus shipping and taxes. So that is the price and the BV of the product. All of you can make a note and scan you. All of this is also available in your back office, so you can go and start ordering that as well. Now that we've spoken so much about collagen and what exactly it does for us, I have a couple of our guest speakers waiting since the beginning of the session. So to begin with, I would like to invite Joe Garcia, the global ambassador at NHT Global. Joe, thank you so much for joining us, and I would request you, since he himself has been using the product for so long and has been growing his business with this product, Joe, I would request you to talk to India and explain it to them that why is this a power pack product both for health and for business. Joe, thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Sakshi. Incredible job. I'm getting more impressed with your work, Sakshi. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you are audible.
Great. Well, welcome everyone. Namaste, India. Before I get into the product, I need to just share how fortunate we are to have Dr. Ben Baechler in the NHT science department, formulator, manufacturer. There's a sport here in baseball that's in North America called baseball that is very similar to cricket. And in this sport, when you have a player that's a five-tool player, meaning they can do everything in the game, it's very rare. And in NHT Global, we have Dr. Ben Baechler, that is the only medical practicing doctor in the world that is a scientist, a researcher. He formulates the product and manufactures the product through his family manufacturing plant. So we are so fortunate to have Dr. Ben. Every day when I take the Stem Renew and the omega-3 and the collagen and the new Root Revive that's coming to India very soon, and our Triatine product, it's all manufactured and formulated by Dr. Ben. I know that I'm getting and our distributors are getting and our customers are getting the number one formulas in nutrition, health, and wellness. So Sakshi, it was great seeing Ben again. I'm actually going to be with Ben in a couple of months in July as we launch the market of Colombia in the middle of July. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
I've been using collagen for many years, even before NHT launched the product, because I'm very familiar with the science that Ben has provided us here today. But the challenge is the collagen it was very difficult to get collagen that I knew was high quality. If you're buying nutritional products or health and wellness products through a store or a wellness store, the chances are that you're taking a product that really doesn't work that well. It's very developed and manufactured very cheaply. The ingredients are very low-grade ingredients. And as we all know here with NHT Global, NHT doesn't spare any expense regarding getting the best products and the best quality. As most companies around the globe are competing on price, we are competing only with quality. That's our vision with NHT. So when I started taking the Collagen Supreme, I noticed a difference within a week. As we get older, as Dr. Ben was sharing, inflammation starts to happen in our body. It's very difficult and challenging at times to manage inflammation with our food and our other supplements. And as soon as I started taking the Collagen Supreme, within a week, because I'm a runner, I work out every day. Leading the charge here with NHT Global, I know it's so important to look healthy, look younger than you actually are, and stay in shape. So I work out every single day. And when you run and you're working really hard, you're going to develop inflammation because you're stressing the muscles, et cetera, et cetera. And within a week, I noticed a significant difference in my inflammation. Here in North America, we launched a bio wellness pack, which tests 17 of our blood biomarkers. I've just got myself tested within the last couple of months, and my inflammation levels were non-existent, Sakshi. And I attribute that to the collagen. So incredible job. I appreciate you. Let's go India. This product is another game changer. Can you imagine combining this with our other products, including the stem renew, where you're going to get the best at the cellular level with the triatine also and the cluster X2. You can't find anything in the market that will compete with these four products in this arena. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe, for addressing and sharing your experience with the product. I think first-hand information is something that everybody relates so much well with. So thank you so much once again for taking the time out and staying with us to talk to our people, motivate them, and tell them about the product. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so now that we've heard Joe and we are all pepped up to go to the next global ambassador that we have on the call with us, and that is none other than Dan Cato. Dan, are you around?
Yes, Sakshi, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Dan, we can hear you. Thank you so much, Dan, for joining us. And I would again request you for addressing India and the audience and share your experience with the product and how did it impact your business so that they can, our people can get motivated to start using the product. Over to you, Dan.
Sure, Sakshi, I'd love to. I had an issue getting on, so hopefully you can hear me okay.
Yeah, you are audible. Yes, you're very much audible.
Excellent. And am I on video? Because it doesn't show video on this side.
No, we cannot see your video right now.
Okay. Well, as long as they get this message, is going to be the most important part of really what I wanted to share with you. And I'm just going to take a few minutes on this, Sakshi. And again, echoing on what Joe has shared with all of you, just again, a great job on our call today and with Dr. Ben. I launched this company with Joe Garcia back in 2001. And when we launched this company, I launched this because of the opportunity. It wasn't the products that got me initially. It was the opportunity. It was the incredible business model that we had when we launched it in North America, reaching you from my Toronto home. We were just only in one market at the time. We had one product. We had one website. It didn't work. We had a brochure that was in black and white, wasn't even color. I didn't realize the future of the impact future that we had of our products and what we were able to bring to the world. And that's really what's changed my life in such a huge way personally. Today I'm 69. I just came back from my annual checkup with my GP, with my doctor, and he said, Dano, you got a body of a 20-year-old. I do work out like Joe does every day. But I run the stairs. I've got a home in Florida. I've got a home here. We've got a country home as well. But I'll run 15 flights up and down twice a day. I'm working out a couple of hours a day. I've got no issue with my joints. I can work out. I mean, it's incredible. I feel fantastic. So the collagen, I noticed when I started taking it, the Supreme Collagen, things went to another level. These products will radically change your life. Now, when I say all of this, it's not just an opportunity, it's a responsibility. Knowing what we know, what these products can do for ourselves, what they can do for our families, what they can do our friends, people that we know, it is a responsibility to share it with the world. So when I launched this company with Joe, we had a huge vision to take these products and take this opportunity around the world. Today, as we all know, we're in over 50 countries. We're closing in on $3 billion in sales. We have not scratched the surface. These are cutting edge products that radically change, enhance, and in some cases, I know this is going to get blipped out, but save people's lives. I had ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, and I was hospitalized prior to getting involved in this industry for a couple of months. I suffered greatly, but it wasn't until I got onto these NHT products and the Collagen Supreme, it took me to a whole other level of health. And, I've always believed that you've got to treat your body like a temple, not an amusement park. Treat it like a temple and watch what you can do, not just for yourself, but your loved ones and people around you and everybody that you can touch. We've got an incredible business model that is radically enhancing and changing people's lives with financial freedom, financial independence. It's done it for hundreds and thousands of distributors and people around the world. And these products are doing the same thing. God bless Dr. Ben and Collagen and what you're doing there in India. So, Sakshi, I'll turn it back to you. I know we got the mighty Eagle is going to be talking here real shortly. So I'm looking forward to hearing from him. The mighty Sarfraz. No mistake. Turn it back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dan, for addressing our audience. And I'm sure they are all pepped up and motivated to start using the product and see the difference that the product can start making to their health, to their business, to their prospects, and so much more. So, thank you once again, Dan. I am going to move forward to the next guest speaker that we have for today. And I would like to invite Dalibor Strop, who is the goal director in Czech Republic. And Dalibor, are you around? Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
I'm here,
Yes, thank
Sakshi.
you so
Yes.
much. Yeah. So, hi, Dalibor. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for taking the time out for being there for the India launch. And I'd request you to address our audience, share your experience with the product, and tell them that how can this product actually impact their business. Over to you, Dalibor.
Namaste, dosto. आप कैसे हैं, everyone?
Wow.
I'm super,
I'm
I'm
sure
super
this is
excited.
new for our people.
I'm super excited about the product. First of all, thank you very much, Sakshi, to putting this thing together and all the office to putting the product together and bring it to India. And listening to Dr. Ben, he's amazing. I know that sometimes, talking too much into scientific things is not that interesting, but I found this session, even if it was, quite long, it was super interesting.
Right.
So I don't want to talk about the product because we said about the product too much already. I want to talk about the business part of the
Right.
product. So I believe that we are not just launching the new product, we are launching a new category of product. Why I think this way? This product is actually emotionally tied to confidence, to youth, to well-being. It's way much easier to overlook bad health habits and something what is going on in our body when we are not taking supplements or we are doing wrong decisions with our diet, for example. But it's very difficult to overlook as we are getting older. We all can see it every day, and sometimes people tell us, oh my God, you look terrible. When you go after, as doctor said, when you go for a reunion after 10 years and you can see some of the faces and you're like not sure who is that, right? So we all can see that by naked eye. So this product is very emotional. And when Dr. Ben was talking, I was actually thinking, oh my God, I have to go and take my collagen. So I can see this as some kind of fresh vehicle for people to start earning, even if they've never sold anything before. Because we can see how we are changing, how we're getting older. And I don't know anybody who likes that. Everybody, if you ask anybody around the world, maybe there are just some few really natural people that will tell you, I like my gray hair, like my wrinkles, but that's not majority of people.
Right.
So I can see that as a really great tool to approach current customers with something new. People love new things. If you go and reach your current customers, and I will share with you guys in a Facebook group some exact scripts that you can use to do that. So current customers, then current distributors, of course, to tell them, look, this is something new. Go and tell everyone. And then third, you can go back to people who said no to the business. Maybe it was not the right timing, it was not for them. But you can always tell them, I know that you were not open to the business, but you might you might be open to learn how you can, maybe stop your aging or, look younger longer. And I believe that when you approach people this way, nobody or very few people will say, well, I'm not interested in that. And also, I think that this product is great complementation to our mask product, because with the mask product, you can get immediate results. You can apply it, or people can apply it, and within 30 minutes, they can see the results. Many people would ask me the question, so how long these results will stay? And of course, we have to tell them, well, you have to keep using it at least twice a week to keep the results, to, exercise the facial muscles. But with the collagen, you cannot see the results immediately, but you can see the results and more stable results within, the 8 weeks or whatever, if you keep using the product. So again, I can see this as a great duo of the products where one is working from outside and another one is working from inside. So from the business angle, emotional value, it's easy to recommend to anyone because everybody is emotionally attached to how they look. It's already been used by salons, influencers, people who loves wellness. If you check Facebook here in Europe, at least, I can see many different collagen producers. Many different people are selling collagens, promoting collagen on social media, on TikTok, Facebook, so on. So yes, there is a competition, but we have very premium product, top quality, clean. Many other companies can't say that. And it's kind of like a subscription model where people, when they already understand why they should keep using collagen, you just log them in to the system and they can keep receiving and buying the collagen for themselves and for the family, because there is no limit when you want to start seeing your wrinkles, right? If you think about, okay, so how long should I take it? Well, till you die, basically. So this is another great advantage of this product. And it fits any age group. It's probably not 100% for people that are in their 20s, but when they are, over 30, all of them, female, male, everybody. And this concept, even if people are not into building business, it just doesn't interfere with their main job. If they start taking the product, people in their job will see the result after some while, and they will start asking, so what did you do? How come you look so good and we are getting older and you have a business? So these are the things I just wanted to share with you, to look at the product not only from the product perspective, but also from the business perspective. So thank you very much, Sakshi. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dalibor. That was indeed inspiring. I'm sure now people know how to use the product in their business to grow their business and obviously to look healthy as well. Because Dalibor mentioned about a product combo, we have something very interesting towards the end of the webinar coming in the same lines or in the same lines of product combo. So be there with us till the end so that you do not miss what we have towards the end. We also have a very interesting lucky draw happening towards the end. So I would request all of you to stay with us, because only if you're here you win the prize, or else you don't. So make sure you're there with us till the end so that you can be a part of the lucky draw as well. Moving forward, I would like to call upon our very own leader from India, Mr. Sarfraz Khan, the director rank distributor at India. Sarfraz, are you around?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us and talk to our audience. Sarfraz, I'd request you to talk to our people. That how do you think and how do you see the potential of collagen in India? How do you think that people will receive it? And what do you think that how can you grow your business once you start, experiencing the magic of collagen?
Well, it's
Over
just
to you.
I'm motivated, Sakshi, already. So let
Oh,
me start
wow.
right now. I'm like want to be super
Awesome. So
charged.
there's a demo of how you can use
Yeah,
collagen. Just
yeah.
open it, put it in your glass, mix it, and have it. So awesome. Thank you for doing that, Sarfraz. People know how to use it now.
Yeah, so I was super charged, because I remember Sakshi really working hard. And I think we went in this conversation long back. I think last year हमने ये शुरू किया था.
Yeah,
And we were talking about collagen, and then there was a different flavor. Then Sakshi and the other markets went and recommended for raspberry.
yeah.
So guys, namaste, sastriyakal, kaise ho aap sab? This is the product. Boss, today I think I've really been inspired by what Dr. Ben has, communicated and the kind of information what has been shared. From since, I'm being a part of NHT Global, मैंने ना दाएं देखा ना बाएं देखा. I have been committed because I have seen this journey of NHT Global in India. There has been a legacy of quality people who have been involved because they have seen during the period कि ये product ने किस तरीके से लोगों को help किया, how it has delivered, how it has helped people, like including me. I have just improved my health. Like from the time I started at 110 kgs, today I look a very different person in terms of my personal health, in terms of my performance, in terms of I do so much of traveling, I have so much of excitement, I have so much of energy. It all counts to the good lifestyle. And that is what NHT Global has always been about it. And I really thank everyone. I know like the corporate has been so supportive. When this collagen was supposed to be launched in January, I remember Sakshi, I go and ask her, like, hey, when are we getting to order the collagen? And like all the leaders, like Lochimi and every leader is trying to call me and tell me we want to place the order. The delay is happening. What is happening? But then suddenly there was a new rule which came into the government and they had to take an FDA email and Sakshi was running right and left. And I saw Nehar and Sakshi going to the offices right and left. And I was also like after them, भैया कुछ करो जल्दी जल्दी करो जल्दी करो धक्का मार 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 के. It takes a lot of pain, it takes a lot of effort. We have to
Absolutely.
really thank the Indian corporate for the hard work what these guys do. So thank you, Sakshi. I know how
Yeah,
much pain you guys are taking for each product. Guys, as distributors, we should really acknowledge the hard work that goes behind all these products. And they are really, really a lot of work that goes in terms of mailing. Now, in this journey, my physical health, I said, as in my energy, today I stand proud and I stand like not just like a consumer, but as a person who's, recommending and testimonial in terms of the collagen market. I was just reading an article on Times of India. Okay, India is right now $1 billion like in terms of turnover of collagen. और आने वाले 3 साल के अंदर this is going to be $5 billion. Can you imagine what is the market size we are entering right now? Have you ever understood what is the market size of probiotic in India? Have you gone on Google and searched how big this industry is? The skin industry, the skin indulgence, a fabulous product. It's $1 billion market. We are having products which have $1 billion market size in their own category. And this is the opportunity, guys. This is the time where you have the transformation. I really want to thank the leaders from the day one who have stood with me. The market which really paid the most during this time was the Nagaland market, right? From Zubino, Visa, Lochumi, Vicino. I like to thank everyone. They have been a part of this journey. Even the new leadership like Batila who's come in, we went to Maldives. We really got to know the surprises of the people's health. Like the Japanese people told me that to be fat is like a criminal offense in Japan. And those guys keep optimizing the hell with the NHT products and they say like they've been using the products in 6 years. The Russian people, they're using the products in 12 years and the lady was 65 and she looked like 50. I said, this works, man. And I think everyone who was there on the trip, like Lochumi and Vatila were like, wow, these products have a real testimonial. So we really experienced everything because that's where we come to know the Hong Kong trip, which is coming up, where you have to see the urgency of qualifying to be a part of the transformation, 25 years, a legacy, a company which has the best product, the best team. Now what we're looking is there's a transformation shift happening. A lot of the leaders today are getting back to NHT, who I was talking to them earlier. I've seen a lot of top leaders, like now we saw Islam Bhai, who's from UP, one of the top leaders from a big, I don't want to name which company he comes from, but he has a team size of more than 3 to 4,000 people. And they do a turnover where he makes a paycheck of more than 40 lakhs. He's starting with NST Global. And we have Nagesh, who's from Chennai, who comes from another big company, who has a big market size with his partner like Suresh, who are getting involved with it. So all my new friends who are collaborating with us, I and Sakshi, we just met recently. One top guy, we went and met him. He's excited. He's a big guy who's looking to get started from Mumbai. So there's a lot of things happening. My Mumbai team, Jennifer, Lavina, Albino, everyone has been supporting the whole cause. But now it's time to get aggressive. Now is the time to shop the small game. Now let's go to everybody. Let's push into the market. Let's talk to everybody. Let's get the transformation, because there's nothing bigger than stem renew, collagen, like the cluster water, the probiotics. I think everything is really big. And we just, like this guy who we met on Friday, I went with Sakshi. We gave him the noni. The next day he was sick. I told him to just take 3 shots of noni, and he was like surprised that he was working the next day. And he said, "Sir, I want to do the company." So this is what the product does. This is what the product delivers. We have to be the honest product users of the company. And this is the time. Let's not miss it, because if now we don't get serious, we'll be left out, because there's a lot of attention what NST is getting in India. So it's time to work and make this NST Global a $1 billion market in India. What China did, we can do this in India. Do you believe in this, guys? Send me a yes in the chat box. Are you guys serious to do it? Yes, we have it. So thank you, over Sakshi. It was lovely. I loved the presentation, and we want to make Team Eagles proud in India. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarfaraz. Once again, thank you for taking the time out, talking to our people. And I'm sure now everyone is all motivated and inspired to not only start using the product, but see that what can it actually do to your, size of the business. So you can actually see the kind of testimonials that will start pouring in, because collagen has just come to India, say a couple of weeks back. So now our people have started using it. So say in 2 months' time, we will have some beautiful testimonials from India itself. And that is when we will actually start seeing that how, it is working for the Indian skin, how it is working for Indian hair, and you will actually start seeing the difference. It's a beautiful product. I have tried it myself and I see some amazing, amazing results. I would definitely recommend all of you to try it for yourself and see the magic it has to offer. Now, before I move forward with the next segment, okay, so we have some exclusive offers that I would like to launch right now. But before I do that, that is the last segment for today. Before I do that, I had promised all of you that we are going to have a lucky draw with all of you. So now is the time. If you all have registered while joining, we are going to pick up people from the list of the attendees that we see right now in Zoom. And I would request my colleague Aryan. Aryan, are you around?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, perfect. So I will request you to please share your screen so that we can do the lucky draw. I will stop sharing and you can share. Just give me a minute. All right, guys. So stay tuned. We are going to have a nice spin the wheel lucky draw right now. The person who has won will get a Collagen Supreme absolutely free, along with a Skindulgence. If you know our products, you know that Skindulgence kit is also one of our products. So you are going to get that as well. So we are going to have two winners. Just give me one minute. Aryan, can you share the screen?
Just a second. No, I cannot.
Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, I shall make you the host for some time. So maybe then you can.
Yeah,
Can you try now?
let me check. Yes, I can.
Awesome. So we will have our in screen wherein we are going to play the lucky draw with all the attendees that we have. Wow, that's beautiful. Can we go full screen, Aryan? Can we click on that button on the right, that arrow towards right bottom arrow? Can you see that? Can you click that? Awesome. Yes. So we have written down all the names that are the people who are attending. So we will click on that spin button. So Aryan, here are the rules. And for all the other people, we are going to spin it 2 times. The first time, whoever name comes gets a Collagen Supreme absolutely free. And the second time, whoever name comes gets a Skindulgence kit with all the 3 tubes absolutely free. One condition is that he or she whose name is written should be a part of the meeting right now. So if you're not, then we move on to the next winner. All right. So let's go. Let us see. Let's try our luck. Aaron, let's click on the spin button.
Okay, here you go.
Awesome. We have the first winner. Jennifer, are you here? Is Jennifer here? Aaron, can you check if Jennifer is here?
Just a sec.
Maybe you can message if you're here. Oh,
I
perfect.
think
Yeah, Jennifer has messaged. All right, perfect. So Jennifer is here. Congratulations, Jennifer. You are the first winner for the lucky draw. Congratulations. Moving on to the next chance. So there's one more chance that everyone can get. Since we have so many attendees, we would like to give everyone a chance. So after Jennifer, now let's move on to the next one. So can you click on hide choice? Yeah, perfect. Now let's spin once again.
Okay, here you go.
All right, we have yet another winner, Gala O Ofre. Are you here? Can you write on the chat box if Gala O Ofre, are you here? Oh, awesome. Gala is here. We've received his message. Awesome. So then both of our winners are here. Congratulations, Jennifer and Gala. You have won 2 of the best products of NHT Global. So congratulations. That was the lucky draw for all of you. Arin, you can stop sharing and I can resume now. All right, perfect. Can you all see my screen now? Awesome. So that was the lucky draw for all of you. The winners will get the product. Our team will get in touch with you and we will ship the products to you directly. Now, I will move forward to yet another interesting segment and the last segment for today. I know the session has been a longer one, but I'm sure it's been very interactive, nice, new product, new excitement. So I'm sure all of you are excited to see the offers also. And here is the offer. So this offer is already live. It's the pre-book offer of Collagen Supreme, wherein you are getting a pack of 6. So 6 pieces of Collagen Supreme, the MRP of which would come to around 36,500 rupees. You are getting that in just 23,000 rupees. So that is a whopping saving of almost 13,000 rupees. So that's a very, very interesting offer, a very already a beautiful product coming with such a discount right in the beginning. So this is more like an early bird offer. So you can definitely grab this. This was a pre-book offer, but we have planned to extend it after launch as well. So this is going to be live in your back office and you should be able to buy this anytime, maybe right now as well. Okay. So this package is going to give you 75 BVs. So this is something that you can go for if you want to take a pack of 6. Now, when you take a pack of 6, you get actually a 3-month stock. If you want to consume it, you will, because it's a 15 stick pack, you will need 2 for a month and 6 for 3 months. So that is how we have, planned this, so that you can actually see some good results when you take it together for at least 3 months. So that is pack of 6. Moving forward to the next offer that I would like to show all of you, and that is called the Beauty Inside Out. Dalibor was just talking about how a mask can work for you from outside and collagen can work from you from the inside. And we actually believe in beauty from inside out. So it's very important to nourish your skin, not just from, outside. Outside beauty is amazing. But if you get the internal support, it actually changes the way your skin looks. You start looking more radiant, more healthier, and it also the glow of your skin completely changes. So we call it Beauty Inside Out, the package. So it's collagen plus Skindulgence. So you are going to get 3 packs of collagen and 1 pack of Skindulgence kit, and the price of this is going to be about 15,700 rupees. The MRP of this is nearly 27,700 rupees. So roughly it's a saving of 12,000 rupees. Above all of this, you get 1 moisturizer tube absolutely free. So you get 3, collagen, 1 SK kit, and 1 moisturizer tube absolutely free. So it's a very interesting, package to actually see the difference both from the inside and outside. If you want to try changing the way your skin looks, this is something that you can definitely go for. This is a 60 BV package, where a super saver package, I must say, because both are powerful products and you're getting almost 12,000 rupees savings along with a free moisturizer. So this is something that you should not miss. This package is also available in your back office, and you can go and avail this offer. Last but not the least, I'm coming to a very, very powerful, package, something that Dr. Ben was talking about right now. And the package is called the Nutri Skin Essentials. So this is what your skin requires, all the products that can actually work beautifully to support your skin, your hair, your wellness, and everything else in your body. So this is a powerful combination of all the products that Dr. Ben just mentioned. So you are going to get 2 pieces of Collagen Supreme, so 2 packs of Collagen Supreme. You're going to get 1 Stem Renu, 1 Omega, 1 Triotein tub, and 1 Triotein stick. So all of these products you're going to get in just 25,000 rupees. The MRP of this pack is close to 41,000 rupees. And if you go for this pack, you are going to save more than 15,500 rupees. So, and this is going to give you, say, about 125 BV. So it's a very interesting offer. You should definitely go for this. You're going to get all the products together. So, if you want someone to start experiencing NHT, this is the package you should definitely go for. We call it the Nutri Skin Essentials. All right, so that is about the package. And with that, I think we have completed all the sections, all the segments for today. And with that, we'd like to wish you and thank you so much for being with us till the end. We wish that you achieve all your dreams and the health of your choice. Also, do not forget to follow us on our social media channels so that you're updated with any kind of events, offers. Also, the winners that we just announced will be put on social media. The quiz winner will also be put on social media. So make sure you are following us there to be updated as to what is going on in the NHT backend. All right. On that note, thank you so much for joining us once again. I have thoroughly enjoyed hosting you. I'm sure you must have enjoyed the session as well. If you have any more doubts about the product or anything about the offer, etc., feel free to get in touch with me or to the person who has invited you here, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. On that note, thank you so much once again for being a lovely audience, and have a lovely, lovely evening ahead. I will see you all very, very soon. So signing off until the next time. Bye-bye.